Here's your podcast segment. 3 women wanted to start a family in the Bay Area and they needed a house to do it in. That's the headline from the New York Times, and it's a story that's equal parts housing market reality check and a genuinely heartwarming look at what family can mean today. Meet Lillian Whithouse, Anita Brown, and Treva Aubard. Lillian and Anita are engaged. Treva is, in Lillian's own words, their partner and friend, collectively. The 3 of them describe themselves as a family unit, one that's already planning on raising kids together. And before any of that could happen, they needed a home. The story actually starts back in 2018, when Lillian and Anita returned to the Bay Area after college in Pennsylvania. They knew they were building a life together, and they knew they'd need help affording a place to live in one of the country's most expensive housing markets. So they called up Treva, a friend of Anita's from high school in Albany, California, and the 3 of them started pooling rent money. What began as a practical arrangement turned into something more: a shared life, weekly Dungeons and Dragons nights, a genuine partnership. By the time they were ready to buy, it was never a question of whether Treva would be part of it. She was family. With Lillian and Anita working in library science and Treva in nonprofit fundraising, their budget was real but not unlimited. Using inheritance money from Anita and Treva for a down payment, they set their ceiling at around $1.4 million, including renovations. The ownership would be split equally, 1/3 each, no matter who put in what up front. They put that in writing. Their agent, Misha Lorraine with Golden Gate Sotheby's, said the 3 had a remarkable ability to reach consensus. They divided up decisions, each took their part, and always came back with a unified answer. In a market as chaotic as Oakland and Berkeley, that kind of coordination was almost a superpower. They looked at 3 properties. First, a big blue 4-bedroom house in Berkeley's Poets Corner neighborhood, listed at just under $1.1 million, walkable, transit-friendly, with a backyard studio, but needing significant work on the foundation, plumbing, and wiring. Second, a beautifully renovated Craftsman in Oakland's Temescal neighborhood, move-in ready, smaller at about 1,400 square feet, listed at $995, but almost certainly headed for a bidding war. And third, a 1924 duplex in Berkeley that would need a wall knocked down and a permitting process to convert into a single home, but the space and the location were compelling enough that it, in Anita's words, changed our minds about fixer-uppers. 3 women, 3 options, 1 shared vision of the future, and somewhere in the Bay Area, a house that's about to become a home. That's the story from the New York Times, a reminder that the definition of family keeps evolving, even if the Bay Area housing market refuses to.